Some fighters win with skill, others with heart. But Mike Tyson? He won with fear. He stepped into the ring like a predator unleashed. And for his opponents, it wasn't just a fight. It was survival. In this video, we're diving into the scariest, most jaw-dropping moments that made Tyson's opponents tremble. From brutal knockouts to mind games that ended fights before they even started. Mike is not a flashy one. He didn't wear a robe, no fancy trunks, no dancing, just a towel with a hole in it, like a gladiator walking into the Colosseum. And for a lot of opponents, the fight was over before the first punch. Let's start with the stare. Tyson had this way of looking at you. No blinking, no expression, just this void, like he was looking through you. He once said,
"And I'm just ferocious. I want your heart. I want to eat his children. Praise be to Allah."
Yeah, imagine hearing that from a guy with the fastest hands in heavyweight history. Michael Spinks was undefeated. 31 wins, two-weight world champion, a gold medalist, a technician in the ring with power and precision. But none of that mattered the moment he stepped behind the curtain and locked eyes with the storm waiting on the other side. Tyson was already in the zone, shoulders twitching, eyes locked, jaw clenched. He looked like a man possessed, like a predator sizing up prey that had no chance of escape. You could see it in Spinks. His footwork in the back wasn't rhythmic. He wasn't warming up. He was unraveling. When the bell rang, it was like a starter pistol fired at a wild animal. Tyson didn't dance. He didn't feel him out. He launched an ambush, hooks, uppercuts, chaos. Just 91 seconds. That's all it took for Tyson to rewrite boxing history. Spinks crumpled, flat on his back. Defeated not just physically, but spiritually. He retired that night, never fought again. That's what Tyson did. He didn't just beat you, he erased you. Let's talk about his entry. His entrances were unlike anything else in boxing. No music, no robe, no entourage holding belts or flexing egos. Just Tyson. Black trunks, black boots, no socks. Pure violence in motion. Frank Bruno knew what was coming. The crowd screamed, but Tyson walked like a ghost, expressionless, focused, like the world didn't exist. It was the kind of entrance that froze men before a single punch was thrown. Bruno was a strong guy, thick neck, heavy hands. But as Tyson got closer, you could see it, the fear leaking out of his eyes. He tried to put on a brave face, but the truth was written all over him. Tyson came in with that peekaboo pressure and a venomous left hook. The ref had to step in before Bruno got seriously hurt. This was the coronation. Tyson was 20 years old. Then came the most intimidating knockout ever. His fight with Berbick, the WBC heavyweight champion, who had fought and beaten legends. But Tyson didn't just want to take his belt. He wanted to take his soul. One left hook. That's all it took. Berbick tried to stand. His heart was willing, but his body betrayed him. His legs turned to spaghetti. He fell once, then twice, then again. It was surreal, like watching someone trying to walk on ice during an earthquake. His brain was saying, "Stand," but his nerves had gone dark. That's the Tyson effect. He didn't just KO guys, he short-circuited their nervous systems. He wasn't fighting to win on points. He was fighting to obliterate. And that's not the last. Mike got the glove tap KO against Marvis Frazier, son of Joe Frazier, boxing royalty. He had good technique, a respected amateur pedigree, and real toughness. But against Tyson, none of that mattered. In just 30 seconds, Tyson cut through him like a buzzsaw. One uppercut, just one. Frazier didn't go down like a fighter. He collapsed like a puppet with its strings cut. It was clinical, it was savage, and it was terrifying. This wasn't boxing. This was a controlled demolition. That continues with the intimidation before the bell against Carl the Truth. Williams, Carl the Truth. Williams had skills, he had speed, and he had heart. But when he stepped into the ring with Tyson, the truth was, he didn't belong there. His eyes darted, his breathing was off. You could feel the nerves radiating off him, like he was stepping into a cage with a lion that hadn't eaten in days. Tyson didn't wait. First punch, boom, left hook. Williams blinked, and the next thing he knew, he was on the canvas, staring up at the lights. 1 minute later, it was done. Williams never really had a chance. Another KO that made opponents reconsider. Boxing is his fight against Larry Holmes in 1988. Larry Holmes, former champion. One of the smartest, most respected technicians the heavyweight division had ever seen. He came out of retirement to face Tyson. But this was no fairy tale. Tyson wasn't interested in resumes. He was interested in destruction. Tyson exploded with a 4-punch combo that snapped Holmes's head and folded him like a tent. He fell straight down, like a tree chopped at the base. He went down 3 times that night. And when it was over, Holmes wouldn't step into the ring again for nearly 10 years. Tyson didn't just beat legends. He made them question their past and fear their future. That's exactly what happened to his opponent, who quit on the stool, Andrew Golota, in 2000. Andrew Golota wasn't just a big guy, he was a giant. 6 feet 4 inches, 240 pounds of steel and scar tissue. He had brawled with the best. But when he faced Tyson in 2000, something broke. After 2 rounds of punishment, brutal hooks to the ribs, straight rights to the face, Golota sat on his stool and shook his head. No more. He refused to answer the bell. Golota refuses to leave his corner after round 2. The crowd erupted in boos. His corner screamed at him to fight. But Golota said the words every fighter secretly feared.
Oh, I don't think he wants to go on. I don't think he wants to go on. He wants to quit. He quit.
That's what Tyson did. He didn't just win. He made men question whether their career and their life was worth one more round. And then there was Holyfield, the man who stood up to Tyson when others fell, the man who didn't blink, didn't back down. He wasn't intimidated, and that drove Tyson mad. He bit Holyfield's ear, not once, twice, in the middle of the ring, under the brightest lights. Blood poured, fans screamed, and chaos unfolded. He was disqualified. The predator had become desperate prey. That moment wasn't about victory or loss. It was about fear. Tyson had built a legacy on being the most terrifying man in sports. But that night, under the pressure of a man who wouldn't flinch, we saw something else, the crumbling of a myth. But even then, every opponent who watched those clips, heard those screams, or faced him in the flesh, they remembered the fear. Because that fear, that was real. That fear was Tyson. Mike Tyson didn't just beat his opponents. He terrified them. With power, with speed, with raw, unapologetic violence, he was built for destruction. And when Mike Tyson stepped through those ropes, you didn't just fight Iron Mike. You fought the fear of him. Some call him the most feared man to ever step in a boxing ring. And after watching these moments, it's not hard to see why. If you loved this breakdown, make sure to like, subscribe, and tap that bell so you never miss another knockout moment. Got a favorite Tyson moment? Drop it in the comments.